to do the prep time. So the prep thing, where you're getting ready for who you're going to see the next day, needs to be like the night before or the morning of before you get out there in the field. You don't want to be out there during your face time, because the only way we get paid is when we're in front of a person that can write us a check, you know. And that's what we're trying to do during our selling time during the day. If you stop, you go by the Chamber of Commerce or whatever at 10 o'clock, it's not the best thing to do. It's okay to go by at lunchtime, or it's okay to go by before you ever start your project as part of your prep time. But if you don't want to do the prep time during the selling time. The prep time you want to do during your non-selling time. In the selling time, you need to maximize your selling time by trying to get in front of somebody that can write you a check. It's simple as that. Now, I don't do this Monday through Friday because I've found that there are things like doctor's appointments and dentist appointments, and you got to get your oil changed and different things like that. So I plan my day off. I only work 4 days a week, but if you work from 8 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock at night, with 9 to 5 selling time, an hour off for lunch, you're only working a little over 40 hours a week if you work 4 days a week. And I work Monday, Tuesday like that, Thursday, Friday like that. And Wednesdays, it's another prep day for me, and it's a day that I know I can plan doctor's appointments, vehicle things, whatever. I know that's on Wednesdays, a month or two from now, when they're coming to make an appointment that's not sales related. I plan for Wednesdays, so that's just me. It used to be Mondays, it can be Friday, but I think it's good to plan some time off that you know ahead of time it's going to be off, so it'll just randomly come up and interrupt your selling time.
You mentioned that we got advertisers who advertise. What are the key elements of what you say to them when you hopefully advertise?
What? Say on the phone when I'm calling?
Well, when you find your advertisers,
yeah.
They're on the phone to go out, so you're not back on the door.
Oh, yes, I am. Yes, sir. I don't do the phones. No, the phone's the last resort. If I've been by and trying to see them 2 or 3 times in person, and I can't make contact with them, then I'll try and call them on the phone. If it's a business that works out of their home, or they're out in the field all the time, like a landscaper guy or a plumber or a construction guy, then I got to use the phone to try and make an appointment.
So you're running with the addresses and doing social today.
Ideally, in an ideal world, try to do that when you're prepping. He's asking if you schedule them out geographically in order. There are apps and things. Bob was showing me an app. They got things nowadays.
I've used one for the last 5 years. It's called Purkey Warrior. You type the name of the business into it, it automatically maps it. It's $10 a month. I've used it forever. It is awesome.
Called Road Warrior app. You can type the names and addresses of your.
You want to type the address?
You want to type the addresses?
Type the name of the business in.
Type the name of the business in, and it automatically lines up your list in geographical order and makes you a little map so you can go through them in order.
I can go through like the chamber move and just
Road Warrior.
as you're going through, it says Century 21, just do a size. There you go.
And, that's a great tool, resource. But now, typically I'm only going within a 5-mile radius. It's not like we're going from town to town. They're usually right in the same town. And most of the towns, it's only 10 minutes from one side to the other. But so I tend to bounce around probably more than I need to. Another way, you got to mix it up. You can't make anything too routine because it won't be fun anymore. So you got to mix it up, And sometimes I'm just calling referrals. Sometimes I'm just doing cold calling. Sometimes I'm just looking for a specific category. I'm looking for a chiropractor that day, or I'm calling on only dentists in the area, just to mix it up and have fun. One of the fun things that I like to do with Tony, so whenever somebody gives you a hard time and doesn't want to buy, we make it a point to find their competition. We make sure that their competition is on the table. That's my fun favorite game that I like to play. Find the competition of the jerk. And he would be looking at that for the next 3 years. Yeah. And the main thing is just to not spend too much windshield time driving around thinking, oh, that looks like a good one. I'm going to have to stop there later. The best thing is just go ahead and stop. You got to be ready. You got to have your guns and your ammo and your ammunition ready to go. And after you finish making a presentation, the first thing I do when I get back in the vehicle is put it all back together and get ready for the next one. So you don't have to be scrambling around when you get there.
So if you're looking for a contractor or a plumber or something, you use Siri to say, hey, Mike, what are the plumbers in the area?
I'm a Google fan, I reckon. I use Google. Google knows how much as much as my wife does. Don't tell her that. She knows everything. You just ask.
So it's really important that you know where you're going. Because, again, when you go into somebody and they're really rude, you're saying, I don't want to do this. You already used to number 4. And number 4 is the next call on my list, but you just realize mindless.
Right.
Just already planned.
Right. That does. It takes all the guesswork and the anxiety out of it. Where am I going to go? Who am I going to talk to? You've got a list. You know where you're going to go. And it is purely a numbers game, like Lee was saying. It is a numbers game. There are 4 aces in a deck of cards, and you're just turning over cards until you find those 4 aces. One of my magic formulas sales I learned a long time ago: this stuff again. Yeah. Some will, some won't. So what next? You just keep on going until you find the one you're looking for. When they don't buy, it's just not the one I was looking for, and I just keep on going until I find the one I was looking for, or 2 or 3. Again, you guys that are selling 2 projects in 30 minutes a day, don't let me mess you up. This is how to do a project every 6 to 8 weeks consistently. If you're already doing better than that, you can only use this if you're ready for vacation. You want to take a break and slow down to the normal human speed.
You've tried a lot of different techniques, obviously. And if you sell somebody, you have to knock on the door of the side that you sold.
Sometimes, yeah. I'm a master cherry picker, which is not recommended for beginners. In the beginning, it's best to hit them all. For one thing, it gets you better at your presentation. And I don't know, first 100, I sold a lot of different things. The first 100 or so pitches, or whatever else new I'm selling, I don't look at them like I'm looking at them like live people to practice on. I'm just can I use you for a minute to practice my pitch? And that's what I really do. I'm trying to get my pitch down and get better. And I got a live person instead of talking to my dog. I get a live person to practice on. Every once in a while I get lucky and they buy something. But after 100 of them, I've got it down pretty good. Yes, ma'am.
How's your live person?
Okay.
Let's hear it.
The pitch, that costs me that's another 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't have my guns and my bullets. It's all on the table. we're not going to do that right now. That's not my job, senor. I'm the time management guy.
Yeah, I'll add a little thing. When I do have, let's say I've got Edward Jones guy or something like this, he's a little shopping center right there. Maybe a State Farm guy over here, maybe who knows? I will hand it all of them. Because this is time management. You want to say as many people as you need. This is the goal call. And I'll be honest with you, I sell more goal calls. I don't know what it is. But I see a lot.
So you got the cold calling, you got the referrals, you got the cards, you got plenty, and then you got to line those up. So you have a game plan and a roadmap who you're going to go talk to. And as far as the pitch goes, it's like the best pitch. Let me tell you, at the beginning, if he gets you an iPad. In the beginning, I didn't have an iPad. I couldn't afford an iPad when I first started this thing. I got a $35 10-inch screen DVD player from eBay, and I put it on DVD. That little 5-minute sales presentation from ABC, it's better now than what there was an older one. This is the new version of Tony talking. It will do 90% of the selling for you. All you got to do is hook them. I'm Elmer Purkey, working on a project down here with Beach Inn. They're excited about it. I thought you might be excited about it too. It took me about 10 minutes to show you what we're doing. So now good time is in. That's the hook. The look is the presentation. The hook is where you're signing them up. On the look part, I just say, I got a little video here. It'll save me about 30 minutes of talking. It's about 5 minutes long. And I hit play. Just hit play. And let Tony Crabtree do the selling for you. It tells us about all the 60 points. It's 5 minutes long. It does the selling. And then you pull out your sample table with the spaces that are available, what the table's going to look like, and you pull out your price sheets and pick it out. All the selling is right there. It's the 60 benefits. If you forget them, it's printed on the sample table that you're showing as an outline. You just use those and just get those 60 benefits in there. It's repetition. There's nothing else going to give you this kind of FaceTime over and over. Yeah, I'll give you my 3-minute version. The main thing is that sample table company. They're looking at that and so you can see how it'd be hard for somebody to sit there for 15 to 30 minutes and not see the ads, right? I mean, they can't change the channel, can't turn the page, can't throw it away. That's the biggest challenge in advertising nowadays is all the pollution. We got that covered, and it's a high quality product, not something cheaply done, which subconsciously conveys that about your business. Everybody here familiar with the restaurant. They're one of the business restaurants in town. Been there for a number of years. I've got a great reputation. You're tied in with all these other business owners that are part of this community networking thing they're supporting each other. We have a luncheon. All the advertisers get to come down, stand up, introduce themselves, say something about their business. We pass out your cards or flyers to the business owners while you're talking. A lot of people actually get their ad paid for that day at that event. I know of one car dealer that sold 7 trucks to a plumber. Like I say, that's going to happen, but you never know. And if you got a website or Facebook page, we can bring one of these QR code things for you, put it in there. And people sit at the table, scan that with their smartphone, goes right to your website or Facebook page, which is nothing else, drives up your rankings in the search engines. Or get you much more likes on Facebook. And pretty much simple as that. And here's what the table's going to look like. This is the places that are sold already with the names written in. It's ones that are blank. It's ones that are the blank ones are what's still available. And pennies on the dollar compared to most other types of advertising, and this sells me a lot of guys, I think. Once they grasp this concept and they understand it, they're always on board. But and if you're talking advertisers who advertise, they pretty well understand this concept. Most other types of media, radio, TV, newspaper, billboards, anything else, are going to spend $800 to $1,200 a month for 1 month. 4 or 5 slots a day on the radio, 4 or 5 days a week. You're looking at $800 to $1,000 a month. 1 billboard a week, $800 to $1,200 a month, depending on where it's located. Right? Everything else is that much per month. This is 36 months for what you spend on everything else for 3 months. Okay? We're not talking about 1 billboard, we're talking about 20 indoor billboards, 18 inches from their eyes. And they see it over and over and over, which creates top-of-mind awareness and message retention. Not necessarily the kind of thing where we're going to be sitting there at the table and come around in your business and say, I need to buy a heating and air unit or whatever. But when they get in the market for your product or service, they think about you. They can't help but think about you. They may or may not remember it's because they're just sitting there having lunch with you for the last year or two, looking at your ad. But that's how branding works. They go to Google nowadays and search up, you pop up every the other 5 or 10, and in their mind they think, well, I know that guy, I've heard of that guy. And again, they may or may not remember because they've been looking at the table for the last year or two. But that's how branding works. That's the power of this. It's that repetition over and over and over. Okay? That's my tips in a nutshell. Any questions?
I just want to make the note that as soon as that's in the room, everything started up on that. That's in seriously. As soon as you got your tools.
Yeah, you gotta have your guns and your bullets.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you guys.